Oh, why you no game? Final fight. Hello, all you wonderful people out there. This is Andre the Game Idea Guy. Thank you very much for lending me your time and your ear and listening in to another Why You Know Game episode. And this time I'm talking about Final Fight. But before I even really get into it, check out my buddy Jay Flemming's channel, Game Cafe. Um, we did a Let's Talk about Final Fight, about the series and how it could progress. And there were a couple things that he didn't really want me to go into that I could have added to that discussion because he wanted it to be focused on Final Fight for the most part. So go ahead and check out that video first. Like that way you can. This is based on what I'm saying here is just basically a continuation of that, and I'll put the link down in the description for anybody who wants to check out that video and listen into what we had to say. Um, Now, as far as Final Fight goes, as far as like the styling of game that it should follow, like as far as my personal opinion, because I mean, like we talked about on the last talk, we talked about doing it in 2.5D and having like a cell shaded art style. And those things I think would be great and make a whole lot of sense for Final Fight, and especially if you wanted to keep it, give it back to have it be like the classic style Final Fight, then those two things would match up very well and they would work very well. Now, art style, I would love to keep. There's also another direction though that Final Fight could go, and I don't know how many people have played this game. I know it's on PS2 and Xbox. I don't think it came out on GameCube. Um, what was a game called Beatdown Fist of Vengeance? And I remember that game because my brother has it, and I was playing. Like I played that game a lot. Like there's a lot to do in that game. It's kind of like what I thought Final Fight Streetwise was going to be when that came out, and I completely almost I want to forget that game because it did so many things wrong to the franchise. I'm like, no, this is not Final Fight. I mean, the game plays all right, but it's just story wise and what they did with the characters. It's like, no, this is not Final Fight. But Beatdown, and that's another game Capcom made. Like Beatdown actually is what I imagined Final Fight being going into 3D, and the game is good. And I'm like, why haven't they done another one like this? And that's what confuses me. I mean, if you were going to do that type of game, you'd have to have it like single player home because of the perspective that it uses, and have it like multiplayer online, which wouldn't be bad. Which wouldn't be bad at all, and it would be an interesting take on Final Fight because you're basically you're roaming around the city in like a third person perspective, but when you get into like a serious fight, like a really serious fight, it goes into almost a 2D, 3D arena type fighting thing. And like this shit's cool. Like and that's why I'm like, why haven't you guys done this with Final Fight? Like the characters from Beatdown actually would fit into Final Fight seamlessly. And that's another thing. Like they could literally take all of those characters from that series and put them into Final Fight and just make Beatdown like a branch off of Final Fight. I'm like, come on, Capcom. You literally created the blueprint for a perfect Final Fight game right here, and you have not used it. And that's like, I'm like, come on. I know you guys know this. And if you don't know this, I am here to tell you that this exists because you've made it. And like you guys have made it, but then again, they don't exactly have all of the developers that they used to have. So, I, I'm just kind of disappointed because, like I said, they have like a really great layout right here for a Final Fight game. A really great layout. Now, if they wanted to go back to keeping up with the classic style, Jay and I talked about that on the Let's Talk. Let's like why I'm saying, just go ahead, go to the link down. I'm going to put down the description for that. But if you haven't heard of Beatdown Fist of Vengeance, just look it up on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you'll find a couple videos. The game I've from playing it, it's an awesome game, and Like I said, it's perfect blueprint for a new Final Fight game. Streetwise wasn't it, but Beatdown, definitely. But that's it. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears up for more of my stuff. And until the next time, enjoy your games and peace out.